So at the point, people just loved Shirley because Shirley was like number one on the radio. And this person came to me and said, bro, I don't get money. What will we do? I remember even at that video shoot, it was just chaotic. The call time was supposed to be 7 p.m. We now sent 7 a.m. to all the friends. God. So everybody in the industry, because the song was so big, if you watch the video carefully, you see GYY there. We ended up burning the elevator of the location. I remember a part in the video, there's a part where Sean was singing to the girl at the staircase. Just a couple of feet behind me, I was shooting a couple of feet behind me, police, because the owner of the location had to call police to come and chase us out. Police men were behind me, grabbing people, arresting people, but I was still filming. I did an interview in 2019. I said that Davido is the most hardworking Nigerian artist. David, I don't think he needs to sing. I've never gotten mad on set. I'll just be marveled by, bro, Davido, his work ethic is just 100%. But you are here as a new artist.
Nobody knows you. You are nobody.
And you're here drunk, bro. But I've seen like these new guys now, just because you shot in a place, you don't want anybody else to shoot there. When they now call, you now tell them that that place now 25 billion.
Can you reel out some names of, stars that are on this project?
This project, Rise Again, Afrobeat Love Story. We have plenty superstars there. Let's start from who? Mr. P. Mr. P is my guy now. We have Mr. P, we have Kafi, there's Hermes, and everybody's favorite Hermes. There's Coco by Chloe, there's Sasuke, there's Jojo of Lagos, Jojo of Lele, I'm sure you know who that is. There's Toluwani George, my favorite. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm too old. Maybe I don't know what's going on right now, but to be honest, these new songs that these new guys are putting out, they're not as authentic. I'll hear like 5 different artists and they all sound the same. I'm like, is it the same person that sang this song I just listened to?
No, I didn't know Sky C. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, thank you so much for joining us for another beautiful edition of True Talk Naija. My name is Omotola Slasher, and a big shout out to Blue Ridge Microfinance Bank for ensuring financial inclusivity to everyone in Nigeria and around the world. Today, we have the most sought after youngest cinematographer. I don't know if he's still the youngest, but back then he used to be the most sought after youngest cinematographer. But right now he's done beyond being a cinematographer to being a filmmaker. Ladies and gentlemen, drum rolls as I present Unlimited LA in Lagos. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Yes, we are here.
First off, I know you are used to being behind the camera. How do you feel right now having this camera facing you?
I think I'm getting used to it because yes, I've been in front of the camera lately, so I'm getting used to it. Great. Let's
start with joining into interacting with the camera. What led you to romancing the camera, and how did you get to understand the language of the camera?
I feel like I've said this story more than 10,000 times, but
speak your truth.
So I didn't intend to be a filmmaker from the onset, but I think the interest started when I was in year 1 in school, Lagos State University. I studied computer science and math, and during that time was when I discovered that I have a cousin and his name is DJT. So a little throwback story about DJT. DJT he was in the Echo Mog Soldier. So I remember growing up the last time I saw him, I think I should be like maybe like 7 years old or 8 years old. The last time I saw him, he promised that he was going to buy me a video game, and he left and he got recruited into the Okumo Soldier. So he went on to, I think, Liberia. If you know about the Okumo Soldier, then you know the countries that he went to. So couple of years passed, and he didn't come back, and word in the family was, oh, maybe he didn't make it. But fast forward years, imagine I was 8 years old last time I saw him. Now I'm in my early 20s in school, and then my dad just told me that, oh, your uncle, his name is Tokumbo. Like, do you know that he's still alive? They said his name is DJT. I'm like, and back in the days, from Music Africa to Channel O, we used to watch like a lot of music videos, and of course the name DJT was very big on music video. I'm like, really? I have a cousin, his name is DJT. It's the Tokumbo, brother Tokumbo, you know. So we started looking for him. I remember me and my mom, we got his address. Me and my mom went to his house in Ikeja, and I saw him. I'm like, where's my video game? So meeting him again was like me meeting a superstar, somebody I used to see his name on TV. Now he's my family member, so I was very excited to, you know, be related to him. And then I was in year 1, and I just figured out that, oh, I could always go to his place. You know, he's one of those cool uncles. Now when you go to his place, you see the band, you see Don Jazzy, you see Banky W, all these guys were always, you know, at his place. I'm like, man, my uncle's a superstar. So from school, during weekends, I always go to his place. Then he shoots most of the time weekends. So anytime he's going on set, I'm always tagging along with him as, you know, the runner, you know, go and buy food, go and buy all this. So that was where the interest started building up. Because I'm like, what's inside that camera? What's in the viewfinder? What's there? You know, I started picking interest from there. So I spent 5 years in school, and I spent 5 years going on set. And when I finished school, I discovered that, oh, I could operate the camera, I could edit. I knew about lenses, focal length, you know, and all that, cameras, you know, film stocks, because he used to shoot on the 35mm. If you're a filmmaker and you don't know what the celluloid is or 35mm is, maybe you should go and ask somebody. So JT shot on the 35 and Super 16. So I was in charge of, you know, getting film stock, you know, knowing names of different types of film stock, from Kodak to all types of film prints. And yeah, I started picking interest from there. I finished school. Of course, there was no job to do. And I discovered that, oh, I can operate camera. I started operating cameras for directors like Sheson, Akin Alabi, couple of the older, you know, directors. Then I started DPing for them. DPing is handling camera for them, and that was how I started. The interest just grew from there. And moving on, then I discovered that, oh, I can do this flawless. You know, like, it's just very flawless for me. And so I said, oh, I have to put a name to it. And I was, you know, looking for a name to call myself. I remember I used to work in a studio, a post-production studio. They wouldn't give me anything to shoot. The studio, we always do like events coverage and post-production, but they don't always give me any events to cover, because they asked me to go and cover events one time, and I came back with footages looking like music video. So my boss at the time said, man, bro, we can't, because I always take 50mm. If you know what 50mm is, 50mm lens to do event coverage. So I'm putting things in focus, you know, I'm shooting like portraits of things, you know, all that.
As against the normal
wide, and you know, I was very creative. But then again, he told me that, look, our clients don't want to see portrait images. They want to see like wide shot landscape. So they stopped telling me to go and cover events. So I was always in the studio editing. I remember I shot a video for a guy, and I was editing the video at the point in the studio, and I was done editing. I was now doing color grade. It was late at night. I had this colleague then, his name is Peter. And now Peter, I've heard this story plenty times. So Peter came into the studio. I'm like, they used to call me Ellie. Ellie for my name is Lekon, but a lot of people call me Ellie for sure. I used to work. I know that's another backstory. I used to be a contract staff for MTV back in the day. So like these white guys always come from South Africa, so they couldn't pronounce my name Lekon. So they said, "Can I call you Ellie for short?" So Ellie, if you call me Ellie from 2008, so the name stuck. So this evening I was color grading a video, and Peter came into the studio. I'm like, now wow, now you go shoot, now you go edit, now you can the color grade. Now wow, shey you be unlimited. That's how I said it, and he left. And I was at the point of trying to look for a name for myself, and I'm like, unlimited LA. I'm like, okay. There and there, I still have the design to say. I went to Photoshop and I designed Unlimited LA. I'm like, what kind of name is this? I said, okay. I went back home. I used to live with my friends. I went back home. I said, look, guys, I want to start my own name in the music video business. I said, what's your name? I told them Unlimited LA. They told me like Unlimited LA. That's a mouthful now. Nobody remember. And I'm like, because it's a mouthful, I'm sticking to it. So I gave myself the name Unlimited LA.
Now you know.
So now we are here.
Wow. Started from going to buy food, now he's here making movies. So I mean, I'm glad you mentioned music video, because for a long time, I don't think there's any A-list artists that we have right now in Nigeria, the real ones, so that are making good music, that you did not, that didn't pass through in front of your camera.
True.
But how did you handle, first, how did you, win the trust of these big names? Or, tell us the first guy that you shot his video, and how did you win his trust? Then moving on to all these big guys that you shot for.
Now, this is very interesting, because my first video that got attention was Black Magic Rainbow. So I remember when I used to, because JT had a camera and he runs a rental company. So anytime people come and rent the camera, I was always the person that goes out with the camera. So I remember a guy, his name is Tuni Anjorin. He just moved in from the US. He used to live in here. He moved into Nigeria, and he wanted to, he's a filmmaker now. He wanted to do music videos. So he rented JT's camera, and I followed the camera. Just because he's not very familiar with the Nigerian system, he had a lot of issues on set. As the generator was blowing up, lights were blowing up, models were running out of task. It was just disorganized. And he was actually shooting a video for Black Magic Rainbow. And I remember when everything was going upside down, I told him that, there's a particular shot that I can see you. Can I just take the shot while he's dealing with, I think area boys or one of those things. And I said, yeah, I should just help him out. So I called Black Magic. I put the composition and I shot a scene. I just left it. So eventually, when they edited the video, that scene became the most used footage in the entire video. But the video didn't really come out well still. So a couple of months later, Black Magic himself now sent me a message on Facebook saying that, bro, I think you're the guy that handled camera, that took a shot in my music video, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yes. He now said, that he wants me to reshoot the video for him, that he really loved the shots that I took on his set. I'm like, okay. So I reached out to Nigerian. I told him, look, that guy, that artist that you shot the video for, he reached out to me and said he wants to shoot. So the guy now said, please, you can shoot a video for him. You can go ahead. I'm like, okay. So me and Black Magic came together. And he didn't have money, of course. I was an unknown director now, nobody would pay me, but he told me the budget that he had. And so I started calling in favors. I called Clarence. I remember I shot the video in Clarence's studio. I took JT's camera, I took JT's lights, and I'm like, let's go. And we shot the video Rainbow. I don't know if you guys remember the song. I see the different colors of the
rainbow. So which one I go take? Gen Z can relate.
So I shot the video in one spot. I shot, colored, directed, edited, did VFX, everything in the video. And the video came out and a lot of people loved the video. So it was getting like heavy because people love Black Magic, and it was getting like heavy rotation. Who is this guy that shot the video? Then after that, Olamide now reached out to me. This was in 2012? I can't remember. Yeah, 2012, 2011 or 2013. Olamide reached out to me. Now, funny story between me and Olamide. Back in the days when I used to live with GT, ID Kabasa Too Fat used to bring Olamide to GT's place. Remember, GT shot Olamide's first video and
yeah, with that 57 outfits,
28 outfits actually. I did behind the scenes of that video. So I was familiar with Olamide, but we didn't just talk, like he would just come. I'll probably be downstairs playing video game. He would just sit down, ID Kabasa and Too Fat to be upstairs with GT. So moving on, 2013, Olamide reached out to me and said, bro, if I say your hand done strong, let's work on something. And okay, he sent me a couple of songs, told me to choose one. I think I chose, there's a particular song that he did with Victor. I chose that song. Couple of days before we shot, I now felt very sick. I was very sick, and that was the last time I was sick. I was very sick. I was in hospital, took drip and all that, so we couldn't shoot. So couple of days after, I was still in the hospital. Olamide now called me and said, that even that song, he doesn't want to shoot that song again. I want to shoot another song called Eledame. And he said he wants that Owambe feel in the video. I said, man, I didn't like the song at the time because I preferred the one with Victor. But I started listening to the song. He said, man, he wants it to be very commercial. I said, okay. So I left the hospital. 2 days later, I was on set. So we did the whole Owambe. Had like people wear native, people eat chicken and all that. So I shot Eledame. But wait, I'm sorry. I think I moved on too much, too quick. Before Olamide, there was Tizzle.
Shole!
There was Tizzle.
Shole, yeah. Gen Z, how can I help you? Okay, you know what? Editor, bring back Shole video. Put it here, so that people can understand. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So after Black Magic was Shole before Olamide. So after Black Magic, there's this guy's name is D-Tunes, he's a producer. I remember before Shole, D-Tunes reached out to me and said he wants to learn how to edit. This is D-Tunes. D-Tunes again,
Producer for Nyanya, Monster 8.
Now he reached out to me and said, he wants to learn how to edit videos. So I think we were in the process of me teaching him how to edit until he now told me that, man, he produced a song for a guy who said me Tizzle, that the song is really good. Surely. So at the point, people just loved Shole because Shole was like number one on the radio. And this one came to me and said, bro, I don't get money. What if you do? Shoot video. So I said, okay, don't worry. I'll take GT's equipment. We just put our resources together and we shot the video for Shole. I remember even at that video shoot, it was just chaotic. The call time was supposed to be 7 p.m. We now sent 7 a.m. to all the friends. God. So everybody in the industry, because the song was so big, if you watch the video carefully, you see G Worldwide there. G Worldwide was there as extra. G Worldwide was there. YC was in the video. Couple of these, lot of heavy hitters now were in that video. So people came too early, and we ended up burning the elevator of the location.
Burn.
Yes, the electrical part of the elevator shut down because too many people. We are like too many people. People came as early as 8 a.m. in the morning. And I remember a part in the video. There's a part where Sean was singing to the girl at the staircase, just a couple of feet behind me. I was shooting a couple of feet behind me. Police, because the owner of the location had to call police to come and chase us out. Police men were behind me, grabbing people and arresting people, but I was still filming. It was crazy. Surely it was crazy. And I remember that we couldn't afford to pay most of the girls in the video. So after shoot, some followed us back to the studio. Some started crying, "Where my money? Where my money?" I remember I had to start, begging girls and paying them for transportation. It was just crazy. But immediately that video dropped, I knew that I was on another level. that was because I remember when I edited the video.
The grading was sick.
Yes, I edited the video. I was done editing the video, so I needed to export. So I ran out of fuel. So I needed to go buy fuel. I used to stay somewhere in Yaba. I had to cross to the other side to buy. So I remember me carrying like a 10-liter jerry can, and I got to the bus stop. I saw one of my schoolmates. His name is Ike. And I said, he used to do like graphics around the place. I said, earlier fan. I said, I did. Say, I did go. I said, which you want? I'll go buy fuel. And I said, Ike, wait. He be like, say, I don't shoot video, it will change my life. He looked at me and said, you don't gonna understand, no worry. I told him that night, and I crossed, bought the fuel, and when the video dropped, it changed the dynamics, and it changed. I'm not gonna lie, that was the first video that got so much airplay that people thought Unlimited LA is a foreign person. Because then it was, like we used to crave for like foreign directors. They didn't know that Unlimited LA is just a regular boy
living in Jaba, carrying cake about to buy petrol.
So it was surely was a hit song, and imagine the video was now like #1 throughout. Imagine my name on the biggest video in a country, but I'm still wearing slippers and I'm still taking bus. I was still doing all that. So after Shole was now Olamide now buzzed me. So Olamide now explained a couple of things to me that stuck to me till today. He made me understand that, look, you can be very creative, but if your creativity does not transit into sales, you're probably a failure. So he made me understand the commercial creativity of music videos. He made me understand. See, look, SALE, if you shoot audio angle like this, but if you know sweet,
people can't even relate.
People cannot relate. So it made me understand that commercial input when it comes to music video, and I stuck with that. And me and Olamide, we've done a lot of commercial videos, and yeah. So 2012, 2013, and all the way we are here today.
Fantastic, man. Your story is inspiring, motivating, and I hope people can, especially filmmakers, can pick lessons from it. The cameraman behind, I hope you can also pick lessons from what is said. So, let's move a little bit away from music videos,
right?
But we'll still touch it. Artists, because in my opinion, creatives first, talented people second. Artists, they have a different membrane. Their brain cells, I feel like, is different because they can be very funny, irrational, and whatnot. I've seen you comment about artists that come in on set drunk. How do you manage being a service provider, a creative, and someone that is also supposed to, be, customer is king kind of thing? How do you deal with unruly talent and human beings? Because dealing with human beings first is a whole ballgame. Then you have different personalities in the crew, then the talent that will now come with different people. How do you micromanage everybody to ensure that the goal still comes out, which is, you won't say, and this person spoke to me anyhow, then I'm not shooting again? How do you ensure that this whole process goes seamlessly?
Funny thing is, earlier I was talking to somebody about something I saw somewhere, and I did an interview in 2019. I said that Davido is the most hardworking Nigerian artist. Now, hear me out. David, I don't think he needs to sing.
No, he's big. He has money. He can be a retard in his house, but he's still working.
I've been opportune to work with David, and I see his work ethics. I'm like, wow. So me, I've seen that level of dedication from somebody that didn't even have to dedicate that much. I've seen that level. So when I'm now stuck with an artist that is not serious, I always switch to a businessman perspective. I just say, I don't collect my money. Stand there. However you want to do, I'm going to record you, and I'll present your video back to you. Because there's no way you tell me that, oh, you appear on set drunk, but you want me to do some kind of Jesus
You fix
Christ
it in post.
fix it in post. It's not going to happen. And I don't get bothered by that, because at the end of the day, this video that I'm shooting right now is your intellectual property, not mine. If it was my intellectual property, maybe I would have tried to fix your career. But no, this music video is your intellectual property. So if you like mess it up, at the end of the day, it's yours. I've been paid. I'm happy. I'll deliver your intellectual property to you. So that's how I see it. I've never gotten mad on set. I'll just be marveled by bro. Davido, his work ethic is just 100%. But you are here as a new artist.
Nobido. Nobody knows you. You are nobody.
And you're here drunk, bro.
You mentioned something about intellectual property, because I mean, there are people now. A photographer photographed my friend for his birthday, and he got some form of endorsement, and he used the picture to announce. Then the company also used the picture. They used it for a flyer, and it moved around. The photographer now came back to sue both that my friend and the company that this is intellectual property. They didn't give him credit or even compensate him for that.
True.
How does that change with you shooting a music video for someone, but it's now the person's own?
I think the law protects photographers, but the thing about music video is considered as a promotional material. So you can't really own the intellectual property of a promotional material when the artist is one inside. So I until they change the law, but as it is, music videos are considered promotional material.
So you can't promote the music video that, oh, I shot this. Like, you can't use it as a promotional clip for yourself.
You can, but just
you can't commercialize
but
it.
you can't. Yes, you cannot own the intellectual property because it's considered a promotional material for
someone, an
the
artist.
Yes. I mean, it's crazy until they change the law, but that's how it is. I can't fight it.
All right, so let's go into the dynamics of you. I mean, you still make music videos.
Yeah.
And back then, there's this some form of friendship association with music video makers. Like, 4 music video guys can be together, interact, engage. But right now, that community seems not to exist again, because there's an unhealthy competition among creatives, especially that in those that's everybody's trying to show that I'm more than. What's changed?
I think it has to do with experience. I don't know, but I have to say it's experience, because like you said, there's an healthy competition going on amongst them. But me and my peer, my colleague, like you see, I'm friends with Clarence, I'm friends with Patrick Ellis, friends with Gambit, I'm friends with everybody, and I know that we always help each other, we always hook each other up. Like, for example, Clarence might shoot in a location, I was see how far, which location belong more, that place, like this, because we are not only creatives, we are also CEOs. So if Clarence should shoot in a particular location and he paid, let's say he paid like 10k, and I call him, he will tell me that, bro, don't pay more than 10k for this place, because he's thinking like a CEO, not only as a director. But I've seen like these new guys now, just because you shot in a place, you don't want anybody else to shoot there. When they now call you, now tell them that that place now 25 billion. I don't know. Like you said, the competition is unhealthy. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in their space. I think the youngest director I'm close to, I don't even know, Seth. I mean, okay, yes, Pink. I know Pink, but I mean, I wouldn't say I know her like I know Patrick Ellis or I know like Clarence Peter. So I really don't know what's going on in that space. We attacked this game like CEOs. We didn't enter like some just only creative and you're just you just want to show that you can do. No, we are more about business and execution. We are not about competition. Nah, if parents you shoot video, I say, oh yeah, nice. What did you use? I say, oh man, this I use. You know, the information is there.
Share knowledge.
Yeah, we always do that all the time. You know, but I can't speak for the younger generation. I don't know.
It is well. Now the switch. At what point did you feel the need to make movies, and how was the experience for you? What was different between making music videos and also making a movie?
The switch, I've actually, because apart from being a director, I'm also a cinematographer, also an editor too, and colorist. So I'm well grounded when it comes to production in all departments. I think I'm more than average in all departments. So the only reason I had not shot any film was because of time. Because films take time. Like, you can be on set for 2 weeks. I don't think I had that patience there, because every other day we are on set, music video. We are putting out 3 music videos in a week. So I had not had time, and just because I don't see the need to move into movie production, just because I had not seen the story I would like to direct. So me switching from music video to film now is because I saw a story I could relate with, which is a dance film, and I said, oh, this is fantastic, I'm doing this. So it took me 4 years.
4 years?
Yes, to decide and to shoot it. It took me 4 years, because planning, like music video, we only shoot music video like 1 day or 2 days, but now I'm trying to go to sets for like 1 month. So the planning, and on movie sets, there's really nothing strange or different. It's just that, imagine I'm doing a music video every day for 30 days. So I think the back-to-back is what I wasn't prepared for. I mean, so that's the difference between music video and movies for me.
Budget-wise, Olamide has a project that is going to be out. I mean, by the time you're watching this, is out. Yeah. It's called Rise Again. As all stars, I mean, every star you're thinking of right now is on that movie. Budget-wise, how was it for you? Maybe, yeah, let me allow you to say how it was for you, because I know that an average music video will cost this. Then now multiplying it to the number of days based on logistics. Was that not cumbersome for you? How did you process it?
So don't forget that when it comes to music video, I'm not the one funding it. Probably, it's the artist or the record label. I'm spending somebody else's money. But film, I got to spend my own money. And trust me, I mean, I got to a point where, where you say point of no return, I couldn't quit and I couldn't move forward. I had to start selling some of my properties.
Wow.
I sold 2 of my cars just because I'm trying to get this.
So this thing is real, like for real. Like, people always say, oh, I had to sell to make. I just don't like.
Nah, I sold 2 of my cars because I realized that at a point I was talking to a lot of brands, and that's why it took me 4 years. That, oh, I need this budget, blah blah blah, and nobody was coming forth. Like, everybody just tell you, oh yes, in the next quarter. Then when the next quarter comes, nothing. And I'm like, if I keep waiting for these people, I'm not going to put this thing out. And I really believe in the project. So I said, look, how much do I have? Okay, what resources do I have? When it comes to equipment, costume, I have friends that I can really pull that resources. And I started. But at a point, a week before we started shooting, or maybe it was during the week when we started shooting, fuel moved from 550 to 1,000 naira. And you know what that means? So that means accommodation, 200% increase, logistics,
food.
feeding, everything. So I ran out of money on day. I shot for 21 days. On day 11, I ran out of money. Now I ran out of money, and I was like, "What is this?" Because I didn't plan for increase in for everything, because to a level that I remember a night I bought fuel for 1,500 naira per liter, and I bought 60 liters in a truck. I bought another 50 liters somewhere. I bought another 120 liters. The money I spent that night was just very overwhelming. And I thought about it and said, who will I go and meet to say, hey, bro, come and invest in my dream, or come and give money for my dream? So I looked around. I said, and if you know me, I'm a lover of cars. I looked at my cars and I sold 2 of it. Just because I'm trying to finish this film. I sold 2 of my cars. Yes.
Wow. So sorry to hear that. But the good thing now is, I mean, the project, how long do you take you to, you film for 21 days, post-production took how long, and I mean, which platform is it going to and whatnot?
We shot last year, we shot for 21 days, and we finished in September, and I wanted to release that same year, which is December that same year. So before December of 2024, the movie was ready. So that we
as a full-length movie.
Yes, full-length movie. We finished September, so October, November. By December, like December 12, the film was ready. But now we now had issues with distribution. Started talking to. That's when I got to understand that it's not about making a film. Distribution. Where do you want to sell the film is another major conversation. So I started having conversations with them, and I realized that a lot of these distribution companies, they don't want to acquire film. They are leaning towards series. And I remember that when we finished the first edit of the film, it was 4 hours. I had to cut it down to 2 hours, 15 minutes for a feature length. And talking to distributors, and they're telling me that, they prefer series. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a creative. I went back to the timeline and I chopped it up. And I made a 6-episode series, limited series. So I didn't have time to take out. I put everything back in there, and and that's what I did. And so right now it was acquired by Africa Magic Showcase. What's this other
Urban?
one? Yes, there's Urban. There's Showmax. And the reason why I sold to Africa Magic, because I did my findings and I realized that they have the viewership of Africa Magic is so big, and I want to put a film out and I want everybody to see it. Everybody. I'm not even going to gatekeep and say, it's just for the mainstream, or nah. I want everybody to at my core fans are the people that really enjoy my music video. I know where they are, so I know that Africa Magic will cover the whole place. So I know that they have a lot of reach, and I want everybody to see, and that's why I'm going to Africa Magic. Yeah.
Can you read out some names of, stars that are on this project?
This project, Rise Again, Afrobeat Love Story. We have plenty superstars there. Let's start from who? Mr. P. Mr. P is my guy now. We have Mr. P, we have Kafi, there's Hermes, and everybody's favorite Hermes, there's Coco by Chloe, there's Sasuke, there's Jojo of Lagos, Jojo of Lele, I'm sure you know who that is. There's Toluwani George, my favorite. There's Tony, there's Liquor Rules. So it's a dance film. You see the lineup, you see there's Femi Branch, there's Muna Chiabi, everybody, there's Moeta Baby. And there's also Dotsun, DOTTN, and and the cool, one funny story about this film is that when I started reaching out to people that I wanted in the film, a lot of people told me no. A lot told me no, but the people that told me yes are the people that you can see in the film right now, and I really, really appreciate them. From Dotsun to Mr. P to Kafi, everybody that contributed, even to the songs, all the upcoming artists and the new artists that sent me their songs for me to use on the project, I really, really appreciate them, because I couldn't do it all by myself.
It takes a village.
It takes
to
a
make
village,
movie.
yes. And everybody came through for me, and I really, really, really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much to everybody.
So, as we wrap up, what have you learned from this process of making Rise Again, the Afrobeat love story?
I've learned to always start whatever you want to do. If you don't start, you never finish. I mean, and yeah, and I know that, like you said, it takes a village to create a film. Yeah, those are things I've learned. If you don't start, it will never come. It will never come through. So always start, even if you have nothing. Start. That's the first step.
Music video. You worked so much with a lot of artists, music executives. You've interacted and engaged with a lot of songs. 2 questions in one. One, why didn't you? Was there any point you were tempted or drawn to becoming maybe a record label boss? And what do you think about the current music structure and industry as they present? What do you think about it?
I never wanted to be a record label CEO. Nah.
Why?
Because I think, because I'm close to Clarence, and Clarence tried it, and I see it was just too much struggle, and I don't think I can struggle like that. Clarence is very stubborn. He's a very stubborn creative, but for me, I saw everything that happened. I'm like, I'm not. I've never thought about it. Nah. And for the way, the other question, like the structure when it comes to music now, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm too old. Maybe I don't know what's going on right now. But to be honest, these new songs that these new guys are putting out, they're not as authentic as the ones in the should I say the 2010s.
Yeah.
Because everybody had their style. There's Whiskey, there's D'banj, there's Tubaba, there's Davido, there's Kiss Daniel, there's it was very interesting. But now, I mean, I can hear I'll hear 5 different artists and they all sound the same. I'm like, is it the same person that sang the song I just listened to?
No, I didn't know Sky C.
But I'm like, oh, maybe I'm too old. Maybe. I don't know. But then again, I mean, there's no flavor to you know what I'm talking about. Now when you have P Square, you have Two-Face Idibia, you have D'banj, you have these guys Banky W, I'm still waiting. Anyway, meanwhile, Uncle Banky, we are still waiting for the rap album. I'm always telling you, I'm still waiting for the rap album, And I mean, I don't know, but I've concluded that I think I'm just too old. So let me just leave it like that. I'm too old.
Ladies and gentlemen, to our young audience, to the old ones, to the older ones, and the ones that will see this afterwards, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you Unlimited LA for coming to share your story.
Anytime.
And I mean, you guys watch Rise Again Afrobeat Love Story showing. See, once you just go on Google, once you Google it, you see all the information, where to catch it on African Magic. All African Magic platforms, they're going to be showing it back to back. You won't miss it, and I bet you are going to love it. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, for streaming. So we'll come your way next time. Peace. Shout out to Blue Ridge Microfinance Bank for making this possible for us every time. We'll be back.